whatever they're supposed to be in. I've already drank most of the coffee. That's not true. I still got like 4 cups back here in this pot. But I have drank this half a pot because if you didn't know, I keep 2 pots of coffee when I don't use the French press back here, especially when this thing's pissing me off. But what's going on, everybody? Thanks for tuning in again and again and again. It has been it's been a long time coming. It's been a hard road ahead of us. What the f is this? I'm just kidding. I don't know what's happening anymore. We're gonna hope that this just works. You know, that's what we're here for. Is for this thing to work. It looks like it is. All right. I'm gonna share this post out to the world real quick so they know. I think I finally got it. So here we go. Jesus. What's going on, Bushville? Thank you for the fun octopus there, because I'm hoping that this finally sounds good and looks good. I don't know, man. This has been a wild one. Oh, okay. So, back to before, everything fell apart and the entire stream crumbled into disaster the first time. I hate that. What is it like but then you can still totally hear me talking while I'm moving around. I'm like, and then it. All right, people are coming back in. This has been, oog. That's how this whole thing's been. Let's see what's going on, David Cunningham. David is you know David. You guys know David out there. David is our wonder editor, wonderful editor and chief of cinematography, photography, videography, and all the ographies. What's going on, Matt Swanson? Thanks so much for tuning in. Matt Swanson is one of the entrants tonight in our giveaway. And lucky him, not many people entered. So if you were one of the few people that did enter this giveaway, your chances are pretty good because there wasn't many of you that did it. So it pays to pay attention and to enter, especially when these things actually work. Let's see, I've got people sending me stuff. Let's see. What's this? I don't know. Try one more again. It might work next time. So, is this actually coming through clear? Go to the page. Okay. I gotta get my zen back, man. I skipped the intro. Now the whole intro's gone and done the thing. And thanks, Mike Landon. You were watching on Twitch and here. You doubling up, making me feel so loved and watched all over the place. Thanks for the share, Matt Swanson. That's what I was just saying on both streams. Boom, boom, checking me out. Cause you the man. Thanks, Mike. Mike was the recipient and winner of our Monster A Go-Go CD and one of our t-shirts from the Monster t-shirt pile over here. So, okay. Now that we're here, now that we're back, we can talk about things. Okay? We can talk about movies that have come up. Let's see here. Yeah, movies that we're doing. Sorry, man. There we go. Okay. Things are getting shared out. Things are happening here. Okay. So, movies that are coming out. I'm sorry. I told you I've been having a rough go at it, and this is just... I was not prepared for tonight. I was gonna have a cryptid and everything to talk about. We were gonna talk about Baba Yaga, but I don't feel like I'm not in the full swing yet. I can't give Baba Yaga my full attention, so I'm going to save her and give her a proper episode. And tonight we are just gonna recap on an old friend, an old cryptid of ours. But first, we got to get into the coffee. What do I always say? Before we get into the creepy, we got to get into the coffee. I've already been into the coffee quite a bit because it's taken me a minute, almost an hour to get this stream working. But we're here now. And that's all that matters. All right, if you're here, make sure you drop a comment below and say hello. It's okay to talk to me. I'm not doing anything too important up here. We can chat. That's what this is all about. But if you're wondering what's in the cup, my good people, let me show you what's up. The Miss American Pie. That's right. Apple pie. Not ply, not like plywood. Apple pie. Boom, and we have a YouTube. Yes, even better. Thank you for being over on YouTube and letting me know that the multi-stream works. We're across the galaxy's edge or whatever. Don't sue me, George Lucas. So, here's what we're drinking on tonight is the Miss American Pie, the delicious new flavor from Pedal Java. Have you ever thought, you know, I wish this cup of coffee tasted like a delicious piece of apple pie? Well, I have, and now Pedal Java has made my dreams come true. Yes, absolutely, Pedal Java is the best, and it's apple pie. I mean, come on. Who doesn't love apple pie, and who doesn't love Pedal Java? If you're watching this show, I am positive that you have heard me talk about Pedal Java, and you love it as much as I do at this point. So let's go back. Now we're back over here. Look at that. Okay. Let's get it down. Let's just get into it quick tonight, because we've wasted so much time. So, if you were curious as to what we're giving away from Goblinhaus and Pedal Java, if you weren't privy to the contest this time, that's okay, because I'm always giving stuff away here. So, but the winners tonight, the people that are going to be drawn, could potentially win this Pedal Java Pothead shirt. Absolutely love, right? The Pedal Java Pothead shirt. Oh yeah, because we're all potheads up in here, baby. Pedal Java potheads. And the Toonie Terra's Nosferatu figure. Oh yes. Such a cool, man, I friggin' love this thing. Goblinhaus has the coolest figures, patches, shirts, hats. This hat I got at Goblinhaus. Keep on camping, baby. Little Jason Voorhees action for you. Hey, I can do the rest of the show like this right here now. Maybe people down here around where I'm from will be a little more privy to my show. Now you go over on pedaljava.com, alright? You're gonna go to pedaljava.com/beans, alright? We're gonna have to put the beans in it, and then you're gonna get yourself a bag of coffee. That's right, baby. Big old bag of coffee down here. And it's so good. Apple pie coffee. Toonie Terras. Oh yeah, Matt Swanson, you know about the Toonie Terras. They got all kinds of different Toonie Terras too, but I gotta turn my hat backwards like the greatest Pokemon master that there ever was. Now, we're moving on. I told you that I was gonna talk to you about a cryptid tonight, and we're gonna talk about movies. That's the whole name of this segment now. It's Mocha Monsters and Movies, because I love alliteration, baby. Oh, Grandma's apple pie. Okay, so here's what we're watching. First up, the thing that we're screening, we're watching, and coming out to a Aero platform near you very soon. We are checking out the Clapboard Jungle. Oh yes, Clapboard Jungle, man. This is a dope one. It's got.
Film is storytelling, and we love a good story.
Making movies is beautiful. Prepping them, raising the money, selling them is horrible.
I wanted to make films since I was very young, but who was I? And what chance do I really have? Okay, here it goes. I grew up dreaming of when I might get the big break. That moment I made a film that would break into the public consciousness in a way that my career would be set.
This is the hardest business, all aspects of this.
I think a lot of filmmakers think just get the golden ticket and then you're making movies, and that's not what it is.
I have to prove myself a lot harder.
The doors to getting your work seen are wide open now. The ability to make money off your work is what's much more difficult.
All these people are working alongside me as a team to recognize one vision that came out of here. I'm doing this.
To
be successful as a filmmaker, you have to be a fucking masochist.
You know, and luck plays a large part.
If you are entering this business in order to be a rich or famous, you're in the wrong place.
They always take longer than anyone planned.
It's an organic thing, filmmaking, and you can't hold on to your original plan too tightly.
You can make a wonderful film and it never gets seen.
You really need people to believe in your project.
Time keeps passing, and hope keeps going up and down like a roller coaster.
I used to look at life where I would think, this is the year for me. This is the year where I'm going to break out and my career is going to explode.
As a filmmaker, swimming is all there ever is. Forward to whatever that brings. You may fuck up along the way, you may never reach the top of the business, but as long as you keep trying, keep learning, keep striving, that has to be enough.
You know, there's hope out there. You just got to work and it'll pay off.
I think there's a lot of stories out there that haven't had the voice in the past.
Film and telling a story reminds us who we are, and that's never going away.
Yes, yes, yes. So that, my friends, is no, we don't want anything else playing. You just stop it, YouTube. YouTube's like, guess what? You're going to listen to this next. No, stop it. We don't want it, YouTube. Tell them we don't want it. We're going back over here. All right, so there we go. The Clapboard Jungle. That comes out April 19th over there on Arrow, and it's chock full of songs that you couldn't.
Film is storytelling, and we love a good story.
Making movies is beautiful. Prepping them, raising the money, selling them is horrible.
I wanted to make films since I was very young, but who was I? And what chance do I really have?
Okay, here it goes.
I grew up dreaming of when I might get the big break. That moment I made a film that would break into the public consciousness in a way that my career would be set.
This is the hardest business, all aspects of this.
I think a lot of filmmakers think just get the golden ticket and then you're making movies, and that's not what it is.
I have to prove myself a lot harder.
The door.
Yeah, YouTube decided to just take over the show. I don't appreciate that very much. And it, because I didn't have my headphones on, see, YouTube just, yeah. I know, it tried to steal the show. We stopped it. It's everybody's like, hey, whoa, it's playing the video again. So, whoo, I'd say this has been a rough ride, everybody. This has not been a smooth stream at all, but you all have stuck in there for it. You've come back, it's crashed and come back up and died again, and then other audio is playing over things that I'm doing, and you guys are just still here for it, and I really appreciate it, because what else am I gonna do with my life? Thank you so much for letting me know too. You're such good people, and not just letting me continue to talk while that's happening. I'm glad that let's see, yeah. Okay. So, real quick, we're going to get into our cryptid. Oh yes, I promised you a cryptid, and I will deliver. Tonight's cryptid is an old friend. We go back to the Great Watcher page, The Watcher. And we watch my friends. Hello, Erina. How are you, my friend, my friend? Yeah, Jason Palmer, you guys got me. I appreciate you. So, I'll be doing a few pauses during this to commentate on whatever goofy thing that I said back in the day. And I'm going to put my headphones on so that I can actually hear what's going on. So here we go. Tonight's cryptid. We need to venture into realms unknown. Roswell, take that silly hat off. It's not cooking time anymore. It's cryptid time. Which means it's time for our favorite segment of the month.
Mythical Monsters of the Month.
Oh, yes. Our favorite segment of the month, the Mythical Monster of the Month. This month's mythical monster comes to us from the land of Maine. That's right, the land of... Is this what you all have to put up with? Is that just what I sound like all the time and I drag things out like that? Ugh, sorry. Lobsters and chickadees. I did a school report in the 4th grade on Maine. That was my state to do. State bird is a chickadee, and the state cryptid is none other than the specter moose. Can you imagine, back in 1890? I just want to say that David 100% makes this funnier. I am not this funny. David, in all his little effects, make this 100 times funnier than I could ever hope to be. You're just a hunter looking for a moose to shoot. Because why? I don't know. Anyway, you're looking for a moose to shoot, and you're walking through the wilderness. Now, you know, your typical moose, he's about 6 feet tall, you know, maybe 900 pounds. He's kind of a big guy, but not a huge guy. And then all of a sudden, off in the distance, glowing in luminescent white light, is the specter moose. Weighing in at 2,500 pounds, standing at almost 15 feet tall, with a horn span of over 12 feet, the specter moose. Now, what makes the specter moose so crazy? Jesus, I'm ridiculous, man. Sam Donnelly, thanks for tuning into the stream. Congratulations on the new home, and I hope everything's going great in your life. But this schmuck here on TV, look at this eyeliner. I didn't even try. Pfft, what is that? Look at this makeup. It's like I half tried an hour before I did it, and then the studio lights made me sweat it all off, and then I was like, all right, let's go. Is that he just kind of... You see him off in the distance. He's this huge moose, right? And for some reason, people's first instinct when they see a beautiful animal is to shoot it. Why? But people have tried to take shots at this moose, and you know what? Moose is invincible. Pew, pew! Bullets just bounce right off of it, and it ain't even taking any damage. But then it turns around and stomps the moose shit out of people, and it's beautiful. But if you've ever seen this moose, you should let us know. First of all, if you have accounts of any cryptids that we talk about on the show, I would love to hear your stories. That's 100% still a thing too. If there are any cryptid stories you have that you'd like to share with us, you can pop over there to the creature community and share it right there. We'd love to hear from you, okay? I will put your stories on this show. Let's talk about that later, though. This coffee's so good. The specter moose. So, I agree, this coffee is really good. Beady red eyes, right? The specter moose has white and gray fur. 1891. That's when the thing was first seen. Several sightings came out of it after that. Lots of hunters started, the first time a hunter ever told somebody he saw the specter moose, they're like, yeah, okay, you saw a specter moose, sure. Then, like a hunter said that, and they're like, whatever, dude. Then a logger, who was apparently a much more established person in the society because people believed him more. Absolutely. Lumberjacks and loggers were much more highly exalted in times where wood was a much more needed resource. Said he saw the specter moose, and everybody's like, whoa, well, if the logger saw it, it must be real. So now all these hunters from all over the land are coming to Maine to try to get a shot in at the specter moose. And a few of them did. A few of them accounted that they had seen the moose. They took several fun little behind-the-scenes side note. Every time that I do this little motion where I'm like, and that thing, I am resisting the urge to burp, and I am fighting it back with all the urges I have. Because of the amount of coffee that I consume at the rate that I consume it at, it makes me burpy. I get gassy from all the coffee. Shots at it, and nothing. Just poop, 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 fell right off, and then the moose turned and charged them. That's the renowned story of the specter moose. But nowadays, it has been seen recently, and in recent sightings, people feel like it shows up as kind of an omen to bad things coming. Kind of like Maine's Mothman now. He's showing up. There's trouble afoot. So that's cool, moose. Moth moose, the specter moose. I got all... Same thing, buddy. Now, I know there's a lot of naysayers out there that are probably like, specter moose. Okay, yeah, I'm sure they caught a fish this big too. There's a difference between a fish and a specter moose though, buddy. Fish are real and so are specter mooses. I don't know what the difference there was. But, so nowadays, if you make your way out to Maine, out to a place called Lobster Lake, you just might be fortunate enough. And you know, here's the thing about the specter moose too. Somebody else shot it and caught it. This guy says they hung it up because they were going to gut it the next morning. They hung it up that night, woke up the next morning. Moose is gone. Houdini. Just so you know, I'm looking off camera talking to David, not just... It's not that far-fetched that I would just be talking to myself off into the distance. Like I just stare off in a distance and talk to you all. That's totally plausible too, but in this instance, right before the big lockdown happened, I was talking to David, so... Houdini! So, those guys tried to catch the moose. No moose for you, buddy. Some other people accounted that they saw like a pack of moose. Mooses? What's the plural there? Meese. That's what we're going with. There's some regular ass meese out there in the field, and then up on the top, you know, you got your bucks, your dudes that are hanging out watching over the herd, but then one specifically, they said made the other two male, full-grown male mooses look like pygmy mooses. And I don't know if you've ever seen a cute pygmy moose, because they don't exist, but specter mooses do, because this one's standing there 15 feet tall, 2,500 pounds, making these other guys look like little shrimpy moose people. And then when they turned around, they're like, hey, you guys see this moose turn back around? No moose. Moose is gone, giving it the illusion that it is in fact a paranormal entity. So the specter moose is just out there in Maine. It's Maine's perfect cryptid, because what other cryptid could come out of Maine other than like a spooky lobster? And that's not scary, but a moose? Have you ever seen a moose? A regular moose is scary, but a 2,500 and no moose to date has come. Just in case you're wondering about moose facts, this is moose fact number 3. No moose to date has come even close to the height or weight of the specter moose. He's top of the food chain, baby. Gold belt champion, brother. Coming at you full moose spectrum, specter moose. So that, my friends, is this month's mythical monster of the month, the specter moose. I hope that's the specter moose call. I know that people do like Sasquatch calls and stuff. They go out in the woods and
that's the mating call.
That's the mating call. You gotta knock on the tree. Okay. So let's zip back to our main feed. Here we go. So there's this week's cryptid, an old friend of ours, the specter moose. Now, the specter moose, I've had a lot of people ask me questions about the specter moose, and you know, I still have not, from Maine, gotten anybody that is confirmed. I can totally take these off now. I haven't met anybody from Maine that has confirmed that there is a spooky moose out there, so I'm still on the hunt for that one. But the rest of them, you never know. You know, that's what we're here for. That's what we're here to figure out. Destination truth. I'm so predictable too in these motions. I was just watching, I'm just, what am I doing? I'm just the same old broken record every week, but you all tune in, and I really appreciate it. I don't know if you noticed, I had drank almost the rest of the pot of coffee during that segment. So, oops, sorry, microphone. So I think that means, since we're winding down on the coffee, that means I think it's time to give this stuff away. Who's gonna be our winner? Come on down, it's a winner. Who do you think is gonna be Roswell? Roswell doesn't know. I tried singing him a song, but he doesn't know the Moth Moose. Hey, I like that comment. All right, winner, winner, winner. There weren't that many of you that entered to be the winner, but we're gonna see. I gotta not shake this thing too terribly hard. Look at my wobbly bone over there. There's just a wobbly bone. My bone's all wobbly over there. And my poor little broken bird skull. Ugh, it breaks my heart. But I'm gonna find another dead bird and bury it in the yard. Don't worry, it'll be fine. So who's gonna win? Who's gonna win? It is... the winner and recipient of this week's giveaway. I'm going to be doing giveaways all the time. So remember, if you don't win anything tonight, you can always go to these wonderful sponsors. You can go to goblinhaus.com. You know how to spell it by now. You can go to goblinhaus.com and you can go to pedaljava.com and you can check out all of this stuff for yourself and more. But for tonight, the recipient of the Pothead t-shirt and the Tuniterra's Nosferatu is... what does that say? Matt Swanson. Hey, from Swanee tonight. Matt Swanson, you, my friend, are the big winner of the Pothead shirt and the Tuniterra's Nosferatu. Oh, yeah. And the rest of you, if you didn't win, that's okay, because you can go get all of this stuff for yourself. If you see how hype this coffee has made me tonight, you can go get yourself some of the Miss American Pie over there at pedaljava.com/beans. Or maybe you fancy yourself something spooky, like this hat, or patches and things that resemble stuff like that. This shirt right here, I don't even think he has this. Is probably an out-of-stock old shirt because I'm an old man now. But Goblin House has everything you need for all your spooky desires. So you see, now you know my secret that when I lean off camera like the chocolate rain guy, it's not to breathe. It's so I don't burp into the microphone. The fun facts you learn on the live stream, right? So thank you all so much for tuning in. Matt Swanson, congratulations to being the big winner. That's awesome. We always love when get you some Goblin Energy bean juice. That's right. And speaking of which, Chelsea Wyndham has some really awesome keychains and stickers left. There's only a few left, but she has some of her custom stickers and keychains over on her page. Go check her out. Buy the last few that she has. And I'm thinking, because of you calling me out of my chaotic goblin energy, I'm thinking I'm gonna have to have some merch made that says chaotic goblin energy. And I have to give you full credit for giving me that title of having chaotic goblin energy, because I love it. So, you know, we've got that. We have the butthole integrity shirts. I don't know if you guys were here for butthole integrity, but we also have a request for butthole integrity shirts. So, yes, feeling the power of the coffee. The coffee is pumping me up, baby. And I'm telling you, this Miss American Pie, man, I haven't enjoyed coffee like this in this long, man. This is good stuff. Like I like a nice smooth cup of coffee, you know, like the Mexican Chiapas that we had. But this stuff right here, this is one of those good dessert coffees that's not too heavy, but it really packs a punch. So it's saying something, man. It's almost 10. It is 10 o'clock at night, and I am sweating with the energy. I've got the power. So Matt Swanson, congratulations to you. Thank you so much. Chelsea Wyndham, thank you so much for giving me the chaotic goblin energy, the logo status, whatever you want to call it. You the boss on that one. Thank you. And to all the rest of you, thank you so much for tuning into these things. I know we got off to a rocky start tonight. I know that the landing gear was down. We were trying to take off, but we were in a helicopter thinking that we were driving a car. Right? Classic. And we're done. That can only mean one thing. That you all need to keep those eyes peeled, my funky fiends. Because, wait, we're not doing that yet. Hang on. We actually are going to have a guest coming up, a live guest coming onto the show soon enough. We're still scheduling it, but Mr. Mo Mullis from The Black Cat and Outbreak on Main will be joining me here on the show to talk about a lot of events that he has coming up, and the different things that they're going to be doing this year, and just all the things spooky that The Black Cat does and Outbreak on Main does. So you really need to tune in, check out me and Mo chit-chatting. It's going to be a fun time. I promise. It's always a fun time when Mo is involved. So, I also just got off the boot there with Doug Cox right before and he's got some, oh my God, I can't tell you yet because it's top secret, but you guys are going to love it. Coming out of Doug Cox, coming into Knoxville. Just wait. All right. And now we can do the sign off. Ready for the sign off, everybody? Be sure to creep those eyes. I don't know. Should we change that? We shouldn't change the sign up. Come on. We've been doing this for a while. That's our thing at this point because I've made it our thing. So be sure to keep those eyes peeled, my funky fiends, because there's always more coffee and more creepy ghouling on in the creature corner. Boo-bye, boo-bye, boo, bye. It's weird when the little ghost just stops, when he just quits doing his thing. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. This is one of those really, like unclimactic post-credit scenes. Yeah, that's what this is. You just wait for something cool to happen, but it never really does. I don't know.